Okay, good afternoon, good afternoon, good evening, good evening. I had to start it over to try to see if I could send the invite to Faye. So let's see if we can get it going this time. Come on in. Come on in.
Hey,
Oh,
here I am.
good looking out, sister girl.
Oh my God, what is going
Okay, hold on. Let me
on?
turn my camera because it makes me have to turn my so I can hear you. Hold on.
Okay, and I'm trying to get you on my big computer. I had to go on my phone.
Oh yeah, I should have told you that. Sometimes the computers don't work as well.
Oh, okay. Now I know.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Cell phones work better, I think, for most people. Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah, I got an iPhone.
Okay, yeah. See, us iPhone users, we can all see each other. But when the Android people come on here like D-Web, he can see himself, but he can't see all of us, and we can see him. Because something in Android and Facebook ain't, I don't know, they're not clicking. What's up, Gregory?
I had everything set up, my camera right here, my mic, but that's all right. We'll do the phone. We'll do
Oh,
the
yeah.
phone.
Yes. We'll wait for some more people to come on and come on in. Kim and D-Web are our normal people that come on, so they'll usually come in.
I got my
Uh,
fishing buddies joining me, Lisa and Tippy. They should be on there. You see
okay.
them? Yeah, they signed in. I want to shout out to them.
Yes. Hey, Kim.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hello.
We good.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because someone tried to call. They know. See, they be working my nerves. And Kim, this is Faye. Faye, this is Kim.
Hey,
Hi.
hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I got to get some of those jigs. I got to get some of them.
I heard that, Taz.
She did. She already hit me up for. She's like, "Do I gotta go on a crappie?" I don't know how. I was like, "Hey, just inbox them. Just inbox
Yeah, just inbox me. That'll work.
All
them."
right, we'll get some. We'll get some.
Yeah,
I want to try them out.
yeah. It's like I told you. He makes them. You send him your order. He makes them. Then after they're done, that's when he charges you. Not like some people. So you don't. Just be money be floating.
Yeah, I don't take no money ahead of time unless they order on the website. That way, I
Yeah,
don't owe them, and they don't owe me, and they can't be rushing me.
I got you. Yeah, I'm trying to be mental free since 23.
I've been
But
mental free
sometimes we
for
got to go
what,
with the mental.
25
They
years. I
expensive.
ain't using. Yeah, they are. They're selling about a pound now, I think.
Yeah.
No, they
Yeah.
sell about a dozen. I
Oh,
think
do they?
there's a place out here, $4.99 a dozen.
Oh, wow.
Oh, but the one over there in Ennis, they do the pound and half pounds too.
Well, they used to do it at the hardware store, and they stopped doing it by the pound and a half pounds.
Oh,
So I think
okay,
there's a
yeah.
couple places still doing it. There's a place in outside of Corsicana we can get them half pound and pound, but it's getting rare. Everybody wants to charge, and they count them, boy. They're giving you
Yeah, they
8 bucks.
are.
They
That's
are
for
counting
sure.
them.
Every one of them.
Mhm.
Yes, they do. They gonna make sure they don't give you any more. And sometimes I'll be like, hey, I think I see one less swimmer in there because I'll be like, if you gonna count, I'm gonna count too. When I used to buy them.
I definitely
Hmm.
don't put no dead ones in mine.
Yes. Yeah, because and if you think about it, sometimes it's cheaper to buy them by the half pound. Depends on what they're charging. Depends on how many there of you guys are. And sometimes we'll get them just to have them just in case, but one of the guys he likes pinch hitting. But shoot, if I don't have to use them, I'm using a plastic or hey son, plastic or hand tie. And I got some ooh wee. Wait till I show you the plastic I just ordered from Enrique. Ooh.
They some
When I
bad
tell you they some,
boys.
oh yes, he had this one that's like a pretty pink kind of and monkey milk mixed together. Then he has a darker one. Oh my gosh. He put them on his website last night, and I thought I was about to lose it. I was at late last night talking about I need some of those. I need some for the giveaway and for me. What's up, Bama Sip?
Where are you from, man?
Who, me? I'm
Mm-hmm.
originally from Jackson, Mississippi, born and raised. Then grew up, lived a little bit in Muskegon Heights, Michigan, but I'm primarily from Jackson. Grew up
But
on the
now,
lake.
where you live?
I live in Waxahachie, Texas, right down the street.
Yep. Bama Sip, look, we got another Bama Sip on here. She from Sip.
All right.
He's got a group, Bama and Sip, yeah, from Alabama and Mississippi. They're twin brothers.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I do a little fishing when I go back to Mississippi. We got them private lakes.
Yeah.
You mean they might need to take me back to one of them private lakes with you?
Well, I want to go down to Grenada. They say they got the biggest crappie in the United States. So I want to do a fishing trip down there.
Yeah, I
Well,
haven't been yet either. Sardis and Mississippi, I mean, Grenada. I do want to try them one day.
It's on
And
my
I'm gonna
list.
get on that. Yep. Hey JJ, how you doing tonight?
There you go. Gotta love to sip.
What is that? Oh, is that Welcome to the Country? What's that song? Welcome to the Country. Is they say something about Mississippi in there? Where the country boys something something. I can't sing. My mama told me to stop trying.
why aren't you listen?
Because I feel like I might get better one day.
No, it don't happen like that. You either got it or you don't.
Look, I ain't gonna even join you, so we'll both be humming. That's what we'll do. We'll
Yeah,
hum
there you go.
to protect
The
the family
Lord
name.
says make a joyful noise.
There you go. But don't let the Lord can interpret some of our voices.
Yes, yes, yes. Arthur Young. Yep. I like that song. Yep, yep. My son sent me some stars. Thank you, honey. Yes, welcome to the country. Yep. Yes, yes, yes. Well, there's a few people on here, but and more to join. But we're gonna get started and let y'all know. I'm gonna let Faye, y'all. I met her at Crappie Fest. She had a booth set up. She wasn't a fishing one. Well, she is a fishing woman, but she wasn't fishing the Crappie Fest. She had a booth set up, and so I met her, bought a shirt from her, got to talking. We found out we lived in the same area, and we've been. At first, I was like, she's not gonna call me because you know how people say, I'm gonna call you. But she called me, and we've been talking back and forth. Let me tell y'all, she is a fishing angler. She catches them all. She has a boat. She has a business. But I'm gonna let her, and she's my neighbor, so we're gonna get. I got some new fishing buddies now, y'all. So I'm gonna let her tell about herself and her adventures with all her stuff. And I wanted to show y'all. Y'all read that? Mind your business, because crappie fishing is expensive. So this is one of her shirts. I had on one of her shirts last week about crappie licious, but this shirt right here hits near and dear because believe me, I might have to get on this pole and do a few things for some change if that trolling motor don't come down in the batteries. So,
Yeah, I
so
want one of those trolling motors. I may have to get on the pole myself.
so hey, so y'all know that hey, and thank you, son. But get close your ears when my mama said that. But but I'm gonna turn it over to Faye.
Thank you so much. It was so great to meet someone that, I have been watching her site, the page from a distance. And I think I posted here and there. It was just so great to see women anglers out there trying to get it done. In 2000, I bought my first boat. And the reason I bought my first boat is, because the guys wouldn't let us go. They were like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna get with you, yeah," and they wouldn't let me go. And I understand you got wives, girlfriends, whatever. But so my dad said, "Hey, just go buy your own boat." I said, "Oh, I hadn't thought about that." So went out to. They had a big boat sale at one of the convention centers. Bought it brand new off the showroom floor, and been boating ever since. I have a nitro with a 115 engine on it, live scope. I got all the toys and stuff like that. And I was talking to Deanna. I told her I need to get someone to fix my boat. I had went to the wrong person, so I do need someone to kind of take it and get it back in order so we can get started. Because now we're bank fishing. I don't know about all you guys. We're bank fishing, and like I said, I shouted out early to my bank fishing girls, Tippy and Lisa. We go wherever there's somebody that say, "Hey, it's catching in this creek over here." We're loading up and going, but it's gonna get hot, and we're gonna be moving out to the big water trying to catch them on the lake. So I fish all the different lakes. Joe Pool is my primary lake. Louisville, I've done Louisville. We catfish at Louisville. I've also been to Lake Levon. We used to do Lake Levon all the time, but it's just so far from Waxahachie. I wanted to do Waxahachie Lake. If anybody out there does Lake Waxahachie, hey, hit me up because I would love to learn the holes and stuff in Lake Waxahachie. Haven't been out there yet, but I definitely would like to try to go. But I think that's it. I love the fish. I crappie fish. I bass fish just a little bit. That's not my favorite thing. Catfishing, started drift catfishing about 2 years ago, so I'm now a fan of catfishing. So whatever's biting, I'm catching.
That's
Oh,
good.
okay.
Yes. But it was really nice meeting someone in the area because I have been crying about that, and I mean crying. And I do understand because I found a good group of guys, but at first I had a hard time too, you know, fishing with men because some of them girlfriends and wives, and and then some of them just like fishing alone and they're single, and you gotta respect it. But I just tell them all the time, that I'm a woman, but I'm an angler. Just see me as a woman angler. Don't see me as I'm trying to go out and do all this stuff. And some people like, oh no. I'm like, yeah, it's really hard. So I met a few guys and then we're good together. Their wives know me and we all like this. We like brothers and sisters. But I also wanted to go when they didn't go. So that's why I wanted to boat too. We discussed that. But now I got my kayak and I'm happy with it for some long time. And I got to get my live scope down. We talked about that, helping each other learn that live scope back and forth, because we got to help each other. Because, I learned from, Kim and D Webb and JJ and Lamar. I learned from the guys, and Elbert and them. But it's different when you have somebody here to where you guys can go and bump this and, against each other. Hey, well, is this? Oh, no, remember you do this? So it would be nice. And that's why I said I can't wait for us. Hopefully these shots I got today in my spine was going to work, and we can get out and rip some lips, as they say.
Well, I'm excited about learning it. I guess because so many YouTube videos on how to use the live scope, and but we spend a lot of money on live scopes. I got to be able to use it, so I just got it. And then you know, even the installation would cost a lot of money. So I'm just once I get everything settled, I'm gonna get back out there and start figuring out how to use it.
Yeah,
But I can do some basic stuff,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I can do some basic. I can still find creeks and stuff on my regular. Because the good thing is I have the live scope, and then I have two other, things on the front and one on the back that I can look for, other structures and things of that nature.
yeah,
But other than that, yeah, it is. And then as far as like I said, the guys and stuff, like I have a group of guys that I fish with as well. I just met this group of ladies this year. I think back in maybe November, December. So we just been hanging. We just been you say fishing, you can't even get it out. We are like, where we going? Where we going? So we all going trying to hit and get those crappie.
yeah.
Oh,
And
yes.
Cornell. Yeah. Yep, and that's, hey, you gotta learn. But the one thing I did learn yesterday, on the live, Kim's live, that I guess I didn't pay attention. When I was watching the videos, how you said you can get on there and look at YouTube's, but you also gotta make sure that you're looking at your model of live scope. Because I didn't realize that, because I was learning my gain settings off of a live scope that was the 32, and I have the 34. So I had my gains set really outrageous. But that's what the video said. But I didn't know until, I don't know if it was Kim or Lamar, somebody told me yesterday, it was probably the video for the different live scopes. So when you do, just to put you on that, look at, some things I guess are probably generic, but the gains, it's a big difference, because that guy, he had a 32 and he had his stuff set in the 80s. But when I had it on 80s on mine, because I have the 34, it was like blown out like. So when I was out there fishing, everything looked, I could see some stuff, but it was weird looking. So Lamar told me that day, he's like, you need to turn your gains down to 60s. And when I did it, I was like, bam, I could see. So that's the thing now, that when I do watch YouTube's, I mean, it's good to watch all of them, but when you want to learn, make sure that it's your live scope.
I think the best thing is if you can find someone that's really familiar with it and going out with them, because because I learned a lot from other people that are using it, but there's not a lot of people still have them, and a lot of people have, and I'm not quite sure online. There's a lot of people that have, they have issues with it. They say, oh, it's cheating and things of that nature. But you know what? You can't make a fish bite if you don't want to bite. You can find them, then you can be right on top of him. You can put it in his mouth if he don't want to bite.
Yeah, it don't
It doesn't matter.
matter.
Live scope just gives you a bigger advantage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kim posted that. Wasn't that yesterday on your page? I see
What's that?
where you posted something about people who don't want live scope, is some little thing on your page about live scope, because so many people
Oh,
complain
he's
about it.
complaining
And
about it. I said, it's because you can't afford it. That's why you don't like it.
yeah, you know.
Never even
So,
used it. Oh, it's ruining fishing. How you know? You never even used it.
and there's too many fish for live scope to ruin it. Like you said, you can't. You can see 1,000 fish and you might get two of them to bite, because they might be being divas. And that's why I say crappies are the divas of the fresh water. Baby, they want what they want, and they might put it in their mouth, like you said, and spit it right back out at you. So,
And it actually makes you
You
more
you just gotta
selective.
figure it out. You say what now?
It actually makes you more selective, especially when you're targeting bigger fish. You ain't gonna catch 25 2-pound crappie in the day. I don't care how good you are at live scope,
Mhm.
because most of them are roaming and they ain't easy to catch.
What I like about it shows you their habits and their biting habits.
Yeah,
Cause I've watched when you pull up, if you pull up too close to them, how they scatter, how they have to come back. I watch how they bite.
yeah,
So sometimes when you're watching on the depths, are they biting above, are they biting below? So it gives us some information that you wouldn't have just putting your pole on. Another thing is, I think the worst thing in the world is to put your line down in the water and not be certain if there's even a fish down there.
right.
Lots, because you just fishing in empty water.
Then you
But
catch
yeah,
one, and you
when
sit there another hour waiting for something, think something else is gonna bite it. And that's what we did, girl. That's how we did it.
that's how
yeah.
we
Hope,
did it. And that
hope
fish
fishing. We
was just
wasn't.
swimming by.
Yeah, hope maybe. Oh, I got one. We're gonna sit here another hour.
Be like, start singing here,
Shit,
fishy,
ain't
fishy, fishy.
nothing coming by. Shit. And they might
You
have been
wasting
there. They
time.
just wasn't biting. So now we got live scope. We know they probably was there. They just wasn't eating.
No, no. I can live with that better than being somewhere that I don't know if they're actually there. So I can deal with them not eating, because then I can figure
Right.
out, do I need to give them a different color? Do I need to give a bigger or a smaller jig? I mean, I can work that. But if I'm just sitting in a hole with no fish in there, then I'm just wasting time. I might as well be fishing in my bathtub if I'm gonna
Right.
be fishing in an empty hole.
It just eliminates dead water. So you know to move on. If they're not biting, move on till you find some active fish. And
Yeah,
sometimes you never do. You might find a couple, but you ain't gonna find 20.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, then you ain't got to be out there 8 hours a day hoping like we used to be. Fish
Yeah,
all
because
day,
we
come
did this.
home with 10 crappie, maybe. Worked your
Yeah,
butt. And that's why.
that's
That's when
true.
everybody always waited for the spawn because it was tough for everybody.
Yeah,
So when
that is
spawn
true.
Oh, we
came,
said we
everybody
gonna.
and their mama was out there along the banks everywhere.
Oh, we gonna wait them out. We gonna. They gonna bite at dump. You know, like how people be saying they
Right.
gonna bite at 2 o'clock. They gonna bite at 7. I'm gonna stay here to 7. Did somebody catch a fish? Oh, I can't leave now.
Yeah. One fish.
And he might have been the only one that was roaming through there.
Sometimes there'll be somebody catching fish and nobody else is catching it. It's just how it is.
Yeah, it's a good thing. But I got on my shirt too today. I don't think I
What you
just
got?
fell out of the picture.
Oh yeah.
We doing I do the drive fits, and we also do the t-shirts. We do the short sleeve, the long sleeve. But the name of our shirt line is called Crappylicious. And we used to be making fun on the docks talking about, hey, I'm crappylicious because I'm catching them here. So I came up with, so I started listening to people and how they talk about, biting, I can't wait to feel the thump. We're addicted to the thump, things of that nature. So, you know, I have lots of different designs and I'm working on, and, you know, Louis knows I am a busy person. I've been trying to get this line up and moving, but I also got this going and that going and that going. So one day I'm just gonna sit
Me
down
too.
one week and get everything done and get it online and all this stuff. So I'm hoping to get it all done within the week. You know, Ms. Lewis, you mind if I show some of the shirts that I
Yes,
got?
go ahead.
Show
No,
them.
go
Yeah.
yes, go ahead. I
Show
told you
them.
yes. And
Okay.
if you
So we
want
want to see.
buy any, just she'll gonna be
I'll,
posted. What she's
I'm
on
gonna be
can tag
posting
them in.
it and I'll get y'all a link and all that stuff. But can you see these right here?
Yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
okay, so that's the Thumbelish crappie wear. Like I said, we have it in a dry fit. We also have it in t-shirts. The dry fits run about $20 to 25 for the long sleeve hoodie. We got the hoodies as well, and then we got the that's a dry fit shirt back there. Crappie holic. I'm addicted to the thump. That I heard someone say that. So we made it into a shirt. Now this one, I know it's cussing, so y'all be, I don't give a f about bass fishing. I'm all about crappie fishing, and those are my friends that crappie fish. They be like, man, I don't care nothing about bass fishing. They just want to crappie fish. And then we have the Thumplicious shirts in different colors. And like I said, we had a Crappylicious shirt in different colors and stuff like that.
That's the
Uh,
orange one I had on.
yeah, that's the orange one. And see, we had the Dumplicious also in the pink and blues and grays. So like once I get the ad and stuff finished up, then you can pick what colors. And then we got what the sea, which is where's the crappie, because a lot of us be fishing. And of course, this is one of our hoodies, our dry fit hoodies, long sleeve. I got to get some short sleeve ones because somebody told me that they don't like the long sleeve stuff. So we just got a bunch of different looks that we're working on. Just then somebody asked me why are they so bright? Because when you're out on the water, uh, in the boats and stuff like that, you want to be seen. But we do have some grays and some blacks and other neutral colors because I know most of the guys kind of want something neutral. So when we be putting them out, there'll be at least 5 or 6 different colors in each design, things of that nature. We have more shirts I haven't even put up. We even got a special line that we just ordered with which is the fishing shirts with stuff on the front and the back. So I haven't even pulled those out because I haven't looked at them. As you can see, they're still in the boxes. So we got them in. We just got to get them out again. So I got to take about a week. And this is my office. It is horrible because I'm doing all these things in one office. So we're gonna get everything set up, get the website set up, and then guys, we can start taking orders. But I'm gonna put a few out there. I know some of y'all was like, y'all like the Thumplicious one that Miss Lewis had on. We can get that right now. But we had lots of colors, different colors, with the black writing, orange, red. We can do different colors on that, and we do have those also Thank you. We also have those on the in the dry fit. So when you're out there on the lake, and dry fit works for those of you that just see those shirts and go like, they just buying, they just doing too much. Uh, we this summer we were fishing out at Lake Louisville, and it's 89 to 100 degrees. Those dry fit do keep you cool.
Yeah,
So
you
that's
be
the reason in buying those shirts.
And
So
y'all
we
you
do
can
be
have
get
the
too.
hoodie ones,
t-shirts
long
and
sleeve
dry
shirts.
fit from her, y'all. And she didn't say, but she makes these. And she makes these. These are good quality shirts, though, y'all. They're nice and thick and nice. They're nice.
And we do other shirts, you know. So if you got a family reunion, or you got a line of shirts you want to do, uh, let call us. I mean, take or inbox me, and I can come up with designs for you. I'm working on a couple designs for other people, so we can put it together for you and print them and produce them. And Louis will tell you I'm cheaper than anybody because at the fest I think it wasn't but about 3 or 4 black vendors at Crappie Fest, and I had the best prices there. They couldn't ignore that my prices were good, and the reason my prices are good because I do a lot of research and trying to make sure that that I give everybody a good quality product as well as a reasonable cost.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I don't use cheap materials. I use it ain't gonna shrink, it ain't gonna fade. So you ain't gonna be calling me talking about fade. Hey, my stuff faded. You're gonna really like it, and you'll be able to use it for quite a long
And
time.
she's even going to help me spice up my sister gal.
Yeah, I already started working on yours. I'm excited.
I'm the
On your
same
sister,
way.
yeah.
You ain't gonna
You need
find
some
nothing cheaper
shirts?
than what I got either.
Yep, the same way with yours. Yes, because let me tell you, his lures, man, I see some lures where they was like $3 a piece. That's crazy.
Yeah.
If you order a dozen, that's just too much money. And then you pay for that and then shipping. Man,
And see,
man,
and
that's expensive.
what I'm gonna do is include your shipping with the shirt.
Yes,
So,
that's what I do too.
yeah, we adjusted the price to include because the price that we had at Crappie Fest was a little bit different, but we adjusted the price so that the shipping is included. But now you want to be reasonable. You know what? I'd rather sell 1 million shirts than to sell 10 because if they reasonably priced, especially in this economy and stuff, you want people to be able to afford it, and then also the publicity that you get from putting your stuff out there. Because
Hmm.
I had a lot of people buy my shirts, and that was in Louis will tell you that was my first trip out. I was just basically kind of like doing a marketing ploy to see if people would buy it and what they thought about it. And I got a lot of great comments, and a lot of people bought the shirt and took it with them. So we made some money. So that's a great thing. When you go to these things, you don't never know if you're gonna sell one shirt and or you're gonna sell some. But we sold plenty. Matter of fact, a couple people commented on our booth, how nice our booth looked. Cause one guy said, "I just take out a table and throw mine on the table. You did all this extra stuff." And I said, "Well, we extra,
Presentation, baby.
we extra."
Yeah. And it does. It matters about quality when you spend your money. I don't care if it costs me $2 for something. I want it to be quality and I want it to be good because I spent my $2. You know what I'm saying? And it don't matter. I spent my money, so I just want it to be good quality and last. Because nowadays nobody has money to throw away on fishing stuff, clothing, life, food. That's why I said when we cook, we do things, we eating every ounce of everything up in this house. And just like with my fishing stuff, I want it to last. I don't want to use a jig one time and you throw it out in the water and I bring it back and all I got is a hook in the head. All the body and came off the tail. You know what I'm saying? And that's why when I started using Kim stuff, I mean, I showed people I got a jig that's so beat up, the head, but the body still looks brand new because you can't help when you bang in the head, the paint. But the body and his wrapping, and he doesn't use glue, it's the best quality. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to use a jig one time and you can't use it no more. That doesn't make sense. That's like
And
using a
they're
minnow.
expensive. They're expensive, and especially I don't like he was talking about $3 jig. If I get a $3 jig and I get hung, I'm almost ready to jump in the
Yeah,
water to
you
get
out
my jig out.
$3. Now, who's gonna
Yeah, I'm
pay
like
three
I want
dollars
my
for a jig
$3
and
back.
lose it in a brush pile or something? That's stupid.
No, I want my
Yeah.
$3 jig in the brush fire. I'm diving in. I'm getting mine back.
Hey, I'm telling you.
Yeah, but Kim's ain't expensive like that. I mean, he has the best prices I've seen so far online, and I do help a couple of my brother. I do patronize a couple of my guy friends that do good jigs. But Kim's by far, I don't even care what they get, who gets mad, do whatever. I love Kim's jigs, and
So
they work.
what color works best? I mean, and Ken, I know you know which ones sell better, but jigs we buy. Sometimes we buy the jig, but the fish don't like the jig. So what colors do you think do better?
Huh? I don't know if you fish in stained or clear water. That's the thing. You fish in
Most of
stained
our
water?
water is, yeah, most of our water here, Kim, is stained.
I do a lot of black chartreuse, purple and chartreuse, orange, gray and white, pink, electric chicken.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, my best jig is the Mayfly.
all the
So I
mayfly
mean
color,
Mayfly color. I've caught just about in almost and also monkey milk,
monkey
like I
milk
said,
and
green and
pink, and
chartreuse.
chartreuse. I mean, there's
Yeah.
And he can tie all those colors. He's got like a monkey milk looking color too. He has them all, I tell you. And I got like not all of them, but I got quite a few. And
yeah. I
I'm
do a
gonna
lot
put
of
it in an order
custom,
this week.
so most of my stuff is custom orders anyway.
I want to try what's working. So, hey, they say I want to see, what the best ones are. And like you said again, depends on how you present it
Yeah,
and
I said they
what kind
all
of fish
work.
you
It's
got.
up to you to make them work. That's what I tell 'em.
Yeah. And also, I use kind of like the colors he just said, the similar colors um, down here in golds. It just depends on what you uh, like. He has these leashes and different stuff for like, because what do you call it? Hey, Rondell, brim season's coming up. So, bluegill brim, shell crackers, all that. He makes some little tiny ones for those. He makes house flies because he makes flies and jigs.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to promote Kim because he doesn't really need it. But I was just letting you know what he has because Kim has a big. So he does. I'm not lying because like I tell people all the time, and people think that I be joking when I be screenshotting because I was screenshotting the other day, and I'm finna put it in order, and I know it takes a couple of weeks because he's so busy, but let me tell you, I be having a hard time because everybody will tell you I'm this screenshot because that's why I'll be on here and every time he makes something, I screenshot.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, okay.
So this one I'll show you.
Show those again.
I was trying to make sure they wasn't gonna because I had
Yeah.
some loose ones. Hold on, because the ones I've been fishing with,
Oh wow.
and these are all his. This one's really good. Then this one's orange and purple. This is a gold one. Actually, these are the ones he just made the other day. They got squirrel tail in gold. I got the red and white. These are good. It's like a green, light green and chartreuse.
Are those 116s?
Yes, most of mine are. I think these are These are quarters because
Okay.
I wanted those heavier. This one works really good here too. This one does too. That's why I ain't got a lot left because they're somewhere roaming all over. And he can do uh, these little rubber tails. And then here is his leeches. These are the ones that catch the brim. They're real tiny. And these are house flies.
Hmm.
They even got little eyes on them. These are good too. That's why I tell you, and they last. Like I told the other day, I was showing because I do use this black and pink a lot. And the head, look, he's been beat up against all kinds of stuff. But if you look at him, look, his body still looks good.
And that's
But I've been his
important.
head.
That's important for, especially like I said, when I first started jig fishing, I think I had more fear about was I going to catch any fish, jig fishing. And then I realized that I have to figure out how to use those jigs and
Yep.
in order to produce fish.
Yeah.
So this winter, I don't think I used a minnow for a very short period of time. I use primarily jigs.
And see, this is the leech. See how little
Oh
he is?
yeah.
He looks just like a leech. And this is for the bluegill.
Okay.
Yeah, but he does. He has really, I mean, I ain't even gonna lie to you. This is the one with the squirrel tail. I'm telling you, I'll be like, snap, 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 snap. And then the chartreuse, these are the ones that are single because these are the ones I be using the most
Yeah,
because I got them just placed
that
in the
looks like a
box.
very good color.
Yes.
Very good
That's a
color.
woven one, ain't it?
Um,
Yeah.
yes, it is.
Or
He
is it?
does woven ones, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now for somebody.
And my other one, oh man, I
Oh,
gotta show you now. You said the other, I need to get some more of these. But you said the electric chicken. Look at his electric chicken. It's woven.
Okay,
Ain't that pretty?
that's pretty.
And let me tell you, I got one left because I wasn't fishing with braid back then, but now I fish with braid. And so now, ooh, baby, but I got a couple of these left. Ooh, and this right here, electric chicken, everywhere through Texas, they be knocking it out the box.
So what did you use at Crappie Fest?
Um, shoot, man, I used everything but the sink. I didn't use minnows. I didn't get any minnows, but I did tip my jig heads. I used all Kim's jig heads, and I tried a plastic, but they didn't even want to look at the plastic. But and it was hard for me. It was just hard, period. But I did tip my jig with the wax worm.
Okay.
Yeah, but I should have tried to get some minnows, but I didn't, just in case, because in a tournament you want to have all avenues. I guess they said,
And
but
also,
I didn't.
do you fish Lake Fork?
No, never have, ma'am.
No,
Never.
I fish Lake Fork. With Lake Fork is such a huge lake.
Hmm.
It has different avenues, so I wasn't familiar with that side of the lake. I was familiar with the other side.
See,
So
I fished Mustang Creek. I didn't fish where the actual weigh-in and stuff was at.
okay,
That was gonna be my second place to fish, but I went ahead and went with Mustang Creek because of the way it is. That a lot of those guys wouldn't be able to run me over because I was on a kayak because there wasn't very many kayakers.
no, it
So,
wasn't.
and then being the crappie and the bass tournament, that's the reason why I tried to stay where I can stay up in little creeks and coves. And Mustang Creek has them before they opens up to that big body.
But see,
So,
it was a bridge right up the road from there. And I fished that
yes,
bridge. Now
yes, but
that
they
would have
was
been
flying under that bridge like that bridge was like flying, I mean, floating in the sky because
really,
that's not a wake, no wake area. So those bass tournament guys, everybody was boom, boom, man. If I was in there, I would have had to have tied off or have spot lock, and I didn't have no trolling motor because they was giving no mercy. Those guys, because you gotta think bass, those guys are the ultimate flyers, and then crappie fishermen ain't far behind them. But by them having a bass tournament and a crappie tournament at the same time, I was over there trying to be tied onto a stump with a rope, and I was like, because they didn't even care. I mean, they was
yeah.
raking me.
I'm trying to get that co-pilot too. But we talked about that the other day.
Yeah.
It's just as expensive as a doggone trolling motor. I might as well buy me a brand new trolling motor with the spot lock.
Oh
Because they got some
no.
on Amazon. And you
Mm-mm.
don't want that one?
No, what I'm saying is that trolling motor, what is it, Minn Kota,
Yes.
the one you was
I,
telling
I
me
have Minn
about,
Kota
Kim.
on. I have a Minn Kota.
Minn
But you
Kota
have to buy
is
the
thousands of
co-pilot.
dollars.
But
No,
you got
but
the power
I
drive.
know. I don't have the power drive.
Well,
Oh, do I have the
yeah.
power drive? I got to go out and look. Well,
Four
yours, I
Trek.
have no
There's
idea.
Power Drive, Four Treks, Tarova,
I just
and
know I got one.
Does it have a spot
No,
lock on it?
no, it
yeah,
doesn't.
you
Okay.
gotta
And
buy the head.
I can buy the co-pilot to go
Yeah, you
on
can
it.
buy
Yes,
the head. Just switch out the head, and
Oh,
it'll
you
have
can?
it'd
spotlight.
be
They
fine.
still ain't. They still ain't that great. You'd be better
So
off just
I'm thinking
buying.
about just buying a whole new one with
You
spotlight
should because they ain't that
really
great.
at
Yeah.
this point,
Well, because you're
six,
on a boat and it's easier. But for me, that Minn Kota that's for the kayak, man,
uh-huh.
that boat is about $1,500 to $2,000.
That's what the
Yeah.
Dakotas cost. I mean, now you can try to find a used one, but they got some pretty decent spotlight ones on Amazon that's like $700-800.
But
I don't know how good the quality are, but
yeah,
I've been looking at them. I just haven't bought one.
yeah. But then I have to cut the shaft
Yeah,
because on the troll, and then it messes. If it had a warranty, it's gone.
yeah,
When
the
I
eye
can
pilot.
buy a little one, and then get the the autopilot, because the autopilot's only $700. I need to stop saying only, because
I'm
it's
just
not
saying,
only, but
only.
it's 700. It's $700. I gotta stop saying that, because when I say that, people be thinking I'm rich, but I
But
ain't rich.
that's
But
why I
it's
said that if I
700.
get the thousand, if I find one for $1,000, then I got a brand new. I'm starting over,
Yeah,
better quality technology. So that's why I'm thinking about just closing my eyes but I gotta buy two batteries, and I'm thinking about buying those lithium batteries.
yeah.
I gotta buy two of them, and
Yeah, I
those
have
things are
one
expensive.
lithium Life Pro, and then I'm getting ready to get another one for the back of the kayak to fit in my yak box. But I thought about that too. But I'm like, well, shoot, if I cut this thing, and when I'm new at this, and what if I run over something, and then I can't even get it fixed because the warranty is all messed up, you know?
But I don't
So, but
understand why they don't have one that'll fit yours. They should.
being Dakota doesn't make one. It make it for Old Town,
Okay.
but they don't make it for because our foot pedal area is different. They're not all made the same. But with the one that I get from my kayak, if I hit something while I'm trolling, there's a thing that it won't break my trolling motor. It automatically springs up. It's so neat. So I mean, I'm finna pay, but it's still not as much as the Minn Kota, and it's probably not. It's not a better product than a Minn Kota, because the Minn Kota, I mean, they've been around and they are better. But for what a kayak price for me, $700 for me being a new kayaker is better than 15 to 2,000 for me.
Yeah. You gotta have some money, to do this. But you know what? It's worth it. Cause like when I see the people fishing on the bank, and I see, after bank season is over, and I see them not catching any fish, and I'm like, man, y'all need a boat so you can go get them. Cause if I'm in a
Yeah,
spot where if there ain't no fish over here, I can move over here, and I can catch fish over there. I can bait areas out, so the crappie are there. I had a friend, he baited this breed, and he's dead right now, but I mean, we still fish in that area where he baited
yeah,
it. And I know he's been dead 3 years. And I could still pull up there and just kill him,
yeah.
you know.
Because they don't go nowhere unless somebody pulls it up. The crappie condos, and well, we call them crappie condos or crappie houses. Yeah, they're down there, unless they just, depends on what they made it of. They'll be there.
Oh, they're
But yeah,
there.
so he said, Cornell said it's worth it though. Yeah, but Cornell, that one Minn coated that they do have for the kayak, let me tell you, I sat in that kayak, and because it's not the automatic, the up one, you gotta pull it, baby, 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 baby. I stood up in that kayak and tried to pull it up because he was like, "Oh, it's heavy." I said, "I'm strong." I stood up, and then what makes it so bad is you can't just sit down and pull it this way.
Yeah,
You
it's
have to
really not
stand up.
heavy. It's the angle you have to pull it up. Then you,
Yes, you have to.
yeah,
Yes, you have to pull, but it's actually a little bit heavy too
yeah.
for me.
You don't get it in the right angle, it ain't coming up.
I was like, so every time you deploy it, you got to stand up in your kayak, put it down, stand up to pull it up. Because, like he said, you have to come straight up. So that's not feasible for me. What I can, excuse me, but I don't like to stand up as much in my kayak. You know what I'm saying? And people have been tossed off of it because that Minn Kota is so powerful. And even the guy said he's had a couple of guys where you know how it jerks your spot lock, but when you're in a boat, it's not as bad, sometimes. But for a kayak, pew, and that's coming from a guy who rigs these all the time. This is what he do. Deanna got a Crown Royal holder next to the scope. I'm not. I told you, Lamar, I don't drink and drive or drink and kayak.
No, you can't drink in both. That's hard. That's hard. But I'm also looking at getting rid of that nitro. I actually love the bass boat, but as I get older, it's hard getting in and out of it. So I'm thinking about, because like I said, I really like drift fishing for catfish and crappie. So I'm looking at buying a pontoon,
Yeah.
selling that nitro, or keeping it and then later buying a pontoon. 'Cause right now it's the best time to buy one. Everybody's put them cheap. I just want something to get on there and just sit back and chill. Got space to lay around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if
And they got the
you
mini
brave, because
ones.
I'm scared of that kayak. No, that ain't me.
He said has a
Chirova.
Terova has a
Chirova.
lift system. But Cornell, is that the one for the kayak or the boat?
They got them for both. That new one I showed you, the Chirova.
And that one's the lift, but is that go on the bow or
The
is that on the
bow,
front or the back?
the front.
Okay. Yeah, but those mugs are expensive. Shoot.
That's almost cost
Don't
of
you
a
see my
boat.
shirt? I have to start doing this because it's getting expensive, Cornell. Y'all gonna see me. I'm be
Stop.
Oh shoot! I told y'all, man. Shoot, I'm finna spend a couple of thousand. Nope. We went through this last night, and we are not going through this tonight. I am not buying no boats. And that's why I want to explain. It's easier for men or women that's handy, but I'm not handy like that. But it's easy for people to go buy a couple of $1,000 boat and then rig it themselves and work on it. But you got to think, every single time something goes wrong with my boat, I have to pay for it to go in the shop. So by the time that I get done spending all my money to rig it, to fix it, I could have been and bought a brand new boat. But because y'all are so nifty at wiring and fixing and doing little things, they add up. So that's why I want to start out with my kayak. Just like she said, now she took her boat to somebody. They didn't do right by her in fixing the boat. Now her boat is down and she's got to go find someone else to fix it, which I did inbox Xavier Bolt, and I'm waiting for him to answer me back for you. But now she has to have somebody else fix it. That's more money. And it's harder for us women sometimes. People don't want to admit, with having people get over on us on stuff that we just really don't know. I can't even begin to tell you or even go to someone and be like, well, yeah, I know the this part comes over here, but I just need you to do it. So they're going to try to get over on us.
Well, they
Sure.
see you coming with binoculars when you're a female. I have gone to places and turned around and bagged out. Because one of the things I started doing before I take my boat somewhere is I try to figure out what's going on with it. And, basically I've been right. I told this guy that I felt like it was in my gearbox. And he was like, oh, no, it's your lower unit. He calls us fixing the lower unit, took it back out and did the same thing before it did that. Took my money, got all my money. So now I gotta go pay someone else to get it right.
Yeah.
And I'm a fisherman, so for my boat to be down, it's like your child being sick. You like your baby being sick. But I think what really hurts me is that people would take advantage of people. But I don't think that's white, black, purple, green.
No,
I think that's everybody.
anybody.
But
Yes.
I think that for us females, and I think the guys don't understand that, I have had to take a guy with me. I've had to take a guy with me to say, and he pretend like it's his boat so that I don't get ripped.
Yeah.
You know, I've
Yep.
done that. I ain't gonna lie, I've done that because when I have done tried to do it on my own, they think I don't know anything, and I'd be like, "Well, you gonna charge for that? That you gonna charge that price? Oh yeah, but this should cost about this amount." And they go like, "Oh well, no, 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 no," and then they'll tell you you need something you don't need. So, boating is expensive. I'm not taking away from that. But I had this boat for 5 years, and that's why I love Nitro. Never had it in the shop. The only thing I've done is basic maintenance. So
Yeah.
when the Lord unit went out, it just really surprised me that it went out. But I maintained my boat. I made sure that, and I can change my own lowercase oil. I can, do my bed. I can do a lot of that myself. I've even put a starter on it, when it went out. Watching YouTube.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I do have to take it to the shop, you don't want to be taken advantage of. So I'm just really disappointed. And then this was a brother. That even made it worse. It made it worse. It made me want to go. I should have took it to the other guy and just paid double because I would probably pay triple, but it would have been right. Another
Yeah.
thing is I didn't even check it because I'm like, why I gotta check it? If you said you did something, it should at least be doing something different than what it's doing right now.
Yeah. Hey, cousin. Yeah, and people don't understand. I don't mind paying for the good things or the bad things or the whatever. I'm gonna pay you for your service, and I'm not trying to get over you because I understand that everybody has to make their money, you know. And but just don't get over on me, And I have been gotten over on so much here that sometimes I just be like, I'm gonna be like my mama. I'm just gonna go on top of this house and just take a good leap. So you know what I'm saying.
Well, I have to
So
ask you,
it's
what's your
awful.
rate? What's your hourly rate? I had to figure out. I had to learn the jargon because if
Yeah.
you don't, you just because I took it to one guy and I said, well, how much is it gonna cost me? He said, well, I'll let you know. I said, let me get my boat. I ain't got no open pay, no open check for you. You ain't,
Right. Well, you'll tell me
like they
some
got an open
price.
check. You just go ahead and do it. You're gonna keep it in because you know what? Some basic stuff I just told you what's wrong with it. You should know that to change the oil and to do this and do that, it's gonna take me 2 hours. I charge $150 an hour. It should be a minimum 300, right? Or something. But don't come at me, well, you don't know. So no, I don't even play. I say, let me put my boat back on this thing and let me go. So I've had to learn in this last 20 plus years of owning a boat that you have to be a smart person about it
Yeah.
because you can't make people be right. They
No.
just you can't make people
We
be
all
right
don't
because they just
got
won't.
friends like Kim. No.
Hey, hey, I don't know.
Kim,
You've
what
been
kind of
around
friends
in
you
this
got?
game for a long time.
Huh?
What kind of friends you got?
Well, I know a lot of people.
Yeah, because he's been in this game for what, 30 some years, 40 some years. But because he's such a good guy, he got a lot of friends, you know what I'm saying? And they don't try to get over on him. He just got a bloke getting all his stuff hooked up. People do things right. And plus, Kim looked like he probably beat you on your head if you don't do right, but no.
It's
But
possible. It's possible.
but he has all those good networking, and it's good when you can network and meet people to where they're like, okay, well, this person won't get over on you. And just like I met Xavier Vault, he's a really guy. He lives in the DFW, and he won Crappie Fest like I think 2 years ago, and I got to talk to him while we was at Crappie Fest. Nice guy, and his lower unit I think was messed up and some other stuff, and he had to get his boat fixed. And so I inboxed him because I know he's not the type of person that want to get over on anybody. I met him and he's really nice.
Well,
Oh, yeah, he's a good kid.
He's
but see,
young.
I'm like you. I don't mind paying. I mean, I'll pay. Matter of fact, I had no problem. Hey, well, how much is it? Boom, hit him with the money, and when I cranked that boat up and went it back, cause I had my girls on the boat. We was all going out. It was so funny. We was all in the boat. We ready to go. I hit the starter switch. I was gonna say it wouldn't move. It wouldn't go in reverse at all. So I was really disappointed because, like I said, I shouldn't have to test it because I know
Right.
how to put it in gear at the time. I shouldn't have to test it. If you say you replaced the lower unit, should have been ready to go. But nah, I just need someone that's honest. I'll pay you what your worth is. I ain't finna go backwards and forth. Now I ain't gonna let you cheat me, but I'm not gonna go back and forth. So because like I know how much I want for my shirts, and it's not fair for someone to come up to me and tell me, "Well,
Can
I'll
I
give you
give you
two
five
dollars for
dollars?
it." Right,
Thank
for a
you.
shirt.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be fair about it.
Yeah.
If that's your price, that's your price. Because then I had a choice to say, "Oh, that's a little bit more expensive than I want to pay. So let me go over here." But sometimes you got it. It
Wait,
costs you.
wait a minute, 1 second. I am live in Sister Gal. This isn't on Sister Gal's Fishing Adventure.
I don't know what
I,
they're.
that's where I went on live at, Robert. I went into Sister Gal's, and that's maybe why my son said he couldn't share it or
Yeah,
something. I don't know.
because you usually go on Deanna Lewis, don't
No, I usually go in. Well, for my other stuff, I go under Sister Gal. I mean Deanna. But I went into the live, the Sister Gal group and hit live
you? Yeah,
because I
because
sent
I
you
think.
the y'all the invitation through Sister Gal.
But is it any usually on your other page though?
Yeah, I put it. It goes on both pages.
That's why I don't do my other page because people don't look at that one. I don't think.
Which one?
My crop stopper
He
page.
said you're not live in Sister Gal. Oh my gosh.
Something's wrong.
Oh, now I feel bad. Well, I'll be able to download this and share it into the Sister Gal group. But I opened it, and that's why I said I don't know what's going on with my Facebook because I did a what you call it um, one to try to see you're on live on your own page, not Sister Gal. Oh,
Cause I'm on Sister Gal. I don't see it live, but it don't matter because I may not know what I'm doing over here.
because that's what I just asked my son if he could go share it to my Deanna page. And he was like, it's not showing on Sister Gal. So I'll just go and download it. Ah, man. See, sometimes when you're in the group, it does act funny on where you go live at. But I started the live on the Sister Gal. Oh, now I'm going to have to do another test run later because we was doing test runs last night.
I seen you.
And still couldn't get on today.
But then we
Still-
got on later, but hey, I apologize everybody if you're missing it, but I will post it for the ones so you can come back and watch this later on my page. Yeah, that is just, thank you for telling me, cousin, because I did not know that. I thought this whole time
Yeah,
because I
because I
did.
ain't
I
seeing
went,
nobody but 3 people.
yeah, and I usually have way more than this on the live.
So,
And I just thought was maybe I couldn't see.
Well, that explains it.
Yeah, but I'm able to share it, so I'll go in there and share it to the page. Cause I was wondering, cause I was like, well, 3 people, we don't never just have 3 people, and maybe that's why D Web couldn't find me either. But I tagged him. I'm sorry, everyone.
So it's
Yeah,
on the Deanna Lewis.
yeah, that's what he said.
I'm gonna go over there now.
That is just really crazy. Well, it'll still save, so I'll be able to post it in the group because we've had a good live tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, because I did. I asked my son earlier. He says it's showing on Deanna. Oh, okay. Hey, Tony, can you go to my Deanna and then try to share it in Sister Gal? They said it's not on Sister Gal, it's on Deanna. Yeah, and then hit share. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Sometimes this technology is a trip.
It is. it, Oh, maybe because when I tagged, uh, I don't know. Well, when we get off here later, I'll do a test with my son. It's still been good because it's still on Facebook and it'll still get watched. But I do thank everybody who found us. Hey, y'all know how it is sometimes. I got some stuff. What's up, Sammy? Yeah, that's what you been up to. He's another jig tire too, Sammy. He does good jigs too. I'm gonna put my order. I got some couple of orders, things I gotta order tonight. I gotta order a order from Kim. I gotta put some order in for my pay for my what you call it, my plastics for the giveaway. Oh yeah, y'all, just the people on here for right now. Looky cookie. This is what I'm finna do, and I will put it out. But I have did a collab with Shantiva. If you know who she is, Nichols. She is the female, the Southern soul singer that sings a country wine. Doing your thing, wine, country wine. So guess what? For my next month's giveaway, we're gonna do a first place and a second place. But the first place, whether you're man or female, we're going to vote on, have everybody post under one comment. If you do the country wine with a fish, because she's an angler and a soul singer, y'all. She's up and coming. She is very good. She's been Omar Cunningham. She does a lot of music, y'all. She's really good. She started out gospel. She's really, really, really good. She's from Georgia. And so we're going to do whoever gets the most votes for doing the country wine, however y'all want to do it, not X-rated. Hey, Albert, the country wine with a fish, and we'll let the people of the group vote. Then they'll win the first prize. And then the second prize, I'm going to fill a mason jar with plastics. And I'm going to count them and then place them in the mason jar. And whoever guess, they will win second prize. So there's going to be two prizes gave away, two bundles. And Miss Faye on here, she did donate a shirt from her brand, which this is mine, but I have this shirt to give away. And then I have a Sister Gal shirt, and then I'll have some lures, some hand ties, and some jigs to give away with the giveaway. Went out Sunday and had 15 before that funeral and checked on my dad. Oh, okay, you did good, Sammy. I need about 15. Kim keeps releasing, knowing I need sandwiches down here in Texas, hurting my feelings.
Oh, at least about 30 or 40 of them. That's it.
Hey, I can't even watch a guy on the video. If somebody's catch and release, I turn the video. I'm like, I don't want to see that.
Well, don't
I
And
watch
want
Kim
that
it.
does slow
crappie.
mo. His fish says, and it wiggles right there. And then it seems like he just takes away real slow, like he does a little wiggle
I'm
dance. And Kim,
not, I'm not watching him. I'm not watching. I can't see. I cannot stand to see somebody throw a crappie that's legal back into the water. No, no.
how
Well,
you doing, Albert? I thought your butt was going to sleep.
yeah, I do. I throw all mine back. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Yeah, and I be hurt my feelings. I said I'm down here starving for some
Big old
crappie. And
bluegills, red ears.
But
yeah,
bluegills. I don't really fish for bluegills. I guess I got to get into that. Only time I fish for bluegills is if we're trying to fish for bass. We'll go get some big old, some little bitty bluegill to fish bass with.
yeah,
I guess because
I do.
I like them big bass, those big bluegills. I don't like those little bitty
Yeah,
That's all right.
and it's hard to find them here.
8 inches or bigger. That's all. That's what you need.
Yeah,
Oh, see, we don't have those in Texas. I mean, I've never. Have you walked up on them?
they're
I,
in Fairfield, which is closed, and then
yeah,
they do have them
Fairfield.
down south, Conroe in them area, but
Yeah,
it's hard to find them up here in our area, and people don't realize you can get some nice size, but not like what Kim talked about. No, eight. I probably pass out if I catch an 8-inch crappie. I mean, bluegill up here. They'll be thinking that I caught like the Sri Lanka bass, because I'll be screaming because I just don't run into them like that up here, you know. And so
Well,
that's
when I
why I do want to take a Conroe trip. Because my mama the other day, when I was supposed to go bank fishing Saturday with that guy, it was Saturday or Sunday, but my back was like, oh, killing me. I was supposed to go with y'all. And then Sunday, a guy invited me, and I was like, I can't. I said, my nerve is just,
And you'll find
I
them.
can't.
You'll
And,
find them. You just have to find the
and
beds. That's all.
yeah,
But when we go to Mississippi, I
They're
mean,
there.
you can catch five. I mean, big old, bluegills. I'm used to catching those, but down here, you wasting time. Like I said, I catch the little ones so I can fish for bass with them. Because we went down to Lake Fork. I'll tell y'all a quick story. So we went down to Lake Fork with a friend of mine. We fishing in the boat. We got all these bluegill, right? And so he had been telling me he been losing his poles, and I'm laughing. I'm like, "Well, how you lose your pole? You gotta pay attention. You gotta watch." You can't let your pole get away from it. And so I put a bluegill on one of my poles and I turn around to get the other pole and the doggone bass had just took my pole and he started laughing. See, I told you. I didn't even have time to put the other one in the water. Lake Fork, if those of you who've never fished Lake Fork, is a great bass fishing lake. It's also a great crappie
crappie.
fishing lake. But the bass, they are fierce. I mean, if you go down there, you catching. I mean, when I've done the bluegill instead of just the lures, because I don't want to do the cast. I think that's why I don't like bass fishing. I hate all that casting. But if I put that bluegill on there and just throw them over, you're gonna catch them. You're gonna get wore out.
Yeah,
Wore
see,
out.
I'll be crying if my pole go in the water, but I ain't finna be like that one guy, jump on in the water to get that pole. That pole is gone. But I have floaters, and I have a couple. You, I can let you have. I have those little floaters that wrap around the bottom of my poles, not the bottom, but somewhere in the little thing, and they don't interfere with you fishing. And they're little pool noodles, look like, but they're made for your pole. So if your pole falls in the water, it won't go under. Because I got it on my Vexen because I was like, shoot, I can't be losing
See,
my pole.
you don't understand. Those bass at Lake Fork, you ain't gonna see that pole no more.
They know that's
No,
a
they're
big bag.
That them some big. I mean, I'm literally took it under, never saw it again.
but if that
Never
noodle
never
is on
popped
there,
up.
it's gonna come back up because that's a floaty. It's like
It might.
just like the
It
big catfish.
might
It
not.
might, but yeah, not the way those big bass. They took it on. They going toward the structure. You ain't gonna see
It
that
might get
pole no
wrapped
more.
up and so.
Yeah, you ain't gonna
Hey,
see it
well,
no
I'm
more.
gonna sure try
I
because
never
I got them for my
saw
pole.
mine again, and like you said, I can't afford to lose my poles.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to Ben Williams from Crappie Now magazine. When I go home in Jackson, he'll give me a bunch of polls and stuff because he writes for the magazine. But
Ain't that your friend, Kim?
Ben Williams
I know Ben.
from Jackson.
I don't know him, but I know. I've been in crappie now 3 times.
Have
Mhm.
you? Well, that's my buddy. He lives right down the street from
But
my
there's all
auntie.
kind of
So
riders. They ain't just him.
no,
There's several.
Oh,
no, it's a
Yeah,
whole bunch.
oh, okay. My bad. My
yeah.
bad.
That's
I thought
just
they okay.
there's a lot of different riders. They just
Oh,
submit their
okay.
stories. They're
Oh, okay.
freelance
Mhm.
riders.
Yeah.
What's up, cousin Shay? American Titan in the house.
I was in crappie now last year. Matter of fact,
Hmm.
in November, October, one of them.
So, Ken, where are you out of? What state?
Kansas.
Oh, Kansas. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Olathe.
Yep.
Yeah,
We
I've been in
usually have
several
people.
magazines, several radio shows. I've been all over, do shows all over.
He work.
I,
He's
I
fast.
want to be like
So
you when I grow up.
thank you. That's what I tell him all the time. I'm trying to get like him. He got sponsors. He be at Bass Pro. He be doing shows out there. He's a fly fisherman. He regular fish. And man,
Yeah.
he had where he was fly fishing, putting his fly into a little bucket and hitting the air, not the airplane, but the what is it? The frisbee thing in the bowl. And I said, I'm trying to get like him when I grow up.
Yeah,
I
one
need me
one of
some
these days
sponsors.
I'm gonna get
All
my
right.
stuff off the ground. I just need time to do it.
Yeah.
And Deanna knows I'm a car dealer. I'm only one of three female dealers in this area. So I sell used cars. I go to the auction, fight the men to get in there to get a car.
Yeah.
So it's amazing because when I go there, they always think I work there. Like they like asking me, well, could you help me find this car? I said, nope, I don't work here. And they go, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Because it's not, there's only three female, and it's like one Hispanic and one African lady, and then me. And that's it. When I go to all the auctions, that's all I see that own the dealerships that, that go in and buy. But
Yeah, yeah.
it's been an experience. I've been doing it I quit my regular job about a year ago, stepped out on faith. And I told you, I was scared to death. Stepped out on faith, and been selling cars for the last 3 years. So that's where I make my main money at. And actually it's been pretty good, except when Trump came in office. And I hate to say that, but my Hispanics make up almost probably 80% of my customer base. And so they kind of went in. They've been, they just now starting to come back out and buy cars and stuff like that. But we need everybody buying cars. We don't just need a few people.
Right.
So it's been a really good experience. And being a male environment, when I say it's a male environment, it's a male environment.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I'm making friends and you know making big things happen in this area. But my dream would be to be all crappie all day. Be a
Yeah.
guide, sell my shirts, and if I could do that all day. But I gotta eat, so the car business is
We
doing that.
all do.
Car business is,
Yeah.
is
And
making
my
me
son
eat.
is finna give her some customer service because we finna get a car from her too. We got to take care of our friends and people and family. So I'm finna try to give her some my son's my money because it ain't my money. My son, but his money is finished to give her some business for a car. So
And
you
one thing
know,
I do is that I don't sell people nothing I wouldn't buy myself.
yeah.
And I make sure that I get that car checked out. That's what I was telling her. She said, well, can we see it? I said, well, I got to take it, got to get it inspected, got to get the oil changed, got to get my guy to look it over. I try to give, and that's the different that I feel like a female is a little bit different because my guy friends be like, girl, I ain't doing all that to the car, just sell the car. And I'm like, no, I want to make sure because your reputation
Yeah.
means a lot. That's why I have
Yeah.
I think that's a 4.8 on Facebook rating, is because when people buy a car from me, they know that they got a decent car. And
Right.
if it ain't good, I'll tell them, hey, I don't know if I'd buy that one. I'd buy this one. But I try not to put nothing out there. I put it back through the auction before I sell it, and I know it's not any good. And you get that. You can buy a bad car
Oh yeah.
even,
People
but I went
sell
out and
lemons
got
all
some
the
stuff.
time.
Shit, you can
Oh
buy a
yeah.
brand new car and it can be bad and take
It
back
runs good
nowadays.
until you get it home.
Shoot, you
Yeah, yeah,
know it.
everything looks good on the lane. We always talk about you got 7 seconds to make a decision. But I just went and bought a high tech machine, and I go out there and I test. I look at everything. I'm trying to make sure it's right. But the new machine I got will tell me if the transmission's bad. It'll tell me different codes, and I can read them. Now the other ones, the cheap ones, won't tell you everything, but this one tells me everything, and it's been, I would say, 90% accurate, and that's better than 30% accurate so
Does
far.
it hook
But
up to a
Sure is.
boat? No.
I wish it did. You say what?
I
Ken, I
said,
didn't hear you.
Kim,
No, I
she
said
said, what
yeah.
did
You right.
Yeah,
That's what.
you got to get smart with because other thing is policies and procedures. I'm a reader. I bought a car. They had I was telling Luz about this. They said they guarantee the transmission for if you pay over 3,000 wholesale. And so when I went in, they said, "Oh, we changed that policy." I went around the building. I didn't see it. I didn't see it on the web page. So I told the general manager, said, "Well, I said you may have changed that policy somewhere, but you didn't change it in your documentation." And
yeah.
so he took him 3 days. It took him 3 days. He came back. I think he was upset because I was like, "Sir, I'm not trying to get over. I'm just going by what you told me. I bid within your perimeters." But anyway, it ended up they gave me my money back. And the next week I went up there, they had put signs everywhere. It was all on the website. They had corrected that problem. They weren't having that problem no more. So now you have to bid over $5,000 to get the transmission warranty. So I mean,
Yeah.
hey, you got to know what I'm learning is that whatever profession you go in, you got to be versed. I think Kim is great, probably in his profession. He knows it left and right, and that's what I'm trying to do with the car business. I'm trying to know it left and right, and I've learned from some of the best. Some guys really took me under their wing and taught me how to pick cars and things like that. And I got good mechanics. That's another thing. Good mechanics, good body people, because it is rare. It is rare when you pull a car and you just gonna drive it. I mean, you're gonna always have to do something to it. So I put a budget together for that to make sure it's done. So
Sounds like a
you live
boat.
in your life. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But at least a boat holds value. You can buy a 2008. It's good.
Yeah.
2004, 94.
Yeah.
But you buy a 94 car, you may not be
Yeah, good
good.
luck.
Now everything is so electronics, with everything. And them computers, man, sometimes they're crazy. No matter what you do, there's something about them computers. Like I love my truck is a 2008, and it takes me fishing. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I've had some glitches in it, but now it's less than some of the other friends I got that got 2023s and 24s, because theirs is electronic, and it costs more to fix that than you to go out there, and my stuff is in the right position, in the right place to just fix
Well,
it.
this is
So
what I tell people that always tell me, well, I want low miles. I want a car with low miles. And this is what I'm finding. I'm finding that the reason why the low miles are at the auction is because that car is having issues. Almost everyone that's got 100,000 and below, there's a reason why a person traded that car in. And I'm finding that a lot of those cars have a lot of significant issues. But when I got a car that's got 160, 170, 180 on it, I'm gonna tell you something. And Lewis will tell you, I buy clean cars. I buy cars that people had one time owners, they maintain it. I see the history of the car where they done took it to the shop every time. That's the car I want, because that car right there is gonna drive. It's
forever,
gonna last you
because they
forever, because
maintain
that
it.
person took good care of it. But that
Yeah.
person that bought that, when I open the car door, if the car is nasty, I get out. Because if they didn't maintain the inside,
They
they
sure,
definitely didn't do nothing to the engine.
yep.
So and
No,
I
And
and,
that's
and
mm-mm.
why
I'm
I was
finding that
scared
to be
about
true.
boats.
Yeah.
When you buy a used boat, if it had one owner,
Hmm.
when I was looking at stuff, it's better, because you don't have to worry about it switching from person to person to person and worrying about if they took care of it, and that's why a used boat is what I wanted. But then it was just you know it's
You should have
hard.
called me. I would have helped you find one. I didn't help
I
so
wish
many
I
of my
knew all
friends get
y'all
both.
back then.
Because I can help you find them. I'll go out there with my little stuff, girl. I'll be like, you don't want this one. No, let's go. But I had a friend. I was trying to sell him my old boat, and then I sold it, and then he was like, then I had to help him find a new one, and he was just so happy. He said, I would have never looked at all these different places, but boats are out. There's some good boats out there. People just don't do boating anymore, and they just want to get rid of them.
Yep.
And you'll look up and find some of those. You just gotta look for
Yeah.
them. Just like these cars I'm telling you about, they're there. You just gotta find them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
one day, later on down the years, after I get me some property, I might get a boat. But right now, where I have to do so much changing to my home and all that stuff and all that, I ain't even doing it. But I'm gonna stick with my kayak. But when I do, I don't mind getting a used boat, long as I can make sure that you know I'm ready to be able to have the knowledge to know what's wrong with it. Like when my car or something, I have to have a little bit of knowledge. I can't just be like oblivious to everything. So yeah.
It's all in the engine. It's all in the engine. If the engine good, you 90% there. And I've seen, like, I saw this guy, somebody sold him a boat with a hole in it. And he was so hurt. The engine was good, but it had a hole in it. And
Well,
I
how did
said,
he get on the water?
he got on the water. You can have a hole in the boat. It'll float for a while, you
Well, the
know.
top part, but you can't have it in the
But
bottom.
that's the problem, is that you can't see that water. See, a lot of people, like, they'll buy a boat. A boat is not like a car. You gotta take, if I'm buying a boat from you, I'm taking it on the water. If you can't
Yeah,
take me to the water so I can put it on there and check for leaks and stuff like that, then I'm
yeah.
not buying it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not buying it because I don't know if it's leaking. I don't know if it's, I don't know what's going on, because you can put it in gear. It's still, if you're driving it, it's still, if it's not running properly, you can't test that, sitting on the thing. But every boat I've bought, I've had them take me to the lake, and
Yeah.
it just worked for me. it just worked out in my benefit. You know, if I sell a boat, I'll take the people to the lake because I want them to see it's a good quality. But no,
Yeah, 'cause I gotta
you
make sure we
cannot buy.
float.
Well, most of them afloat. I mean, because I had one to sink one time that hit a sand dune. But when we got ready to pull it out, it floated all the way back to the dock. But it had a hole in it. It had a hole. So I don't know. I felt bad for the guy, but
Yeah.
I said, well, you should have, but you really got to almost get down on your hands and knees and look around and see for stress fractures or holes or those are just things that you do once you know. But if you don't know it, everything looks good. Like I tell people, I don't buy red cars. And they like, why? I said, because
Yeah.
they look very good. But most of them are crap. If you start looking at the car, everyone that I've tried to buy, they got a lot of issues with. So, but they shine them up real pretty at the auction because they know you gonna
Oh
buy
yeah.
that red car. They
And
shine
see,
them
I
up.
don't even know nothing about none of that stuff. What you said about the structure for all that stuff for the boat. See, yeah, I'm gonna stick to the kayak.
We gotta
Well,
get
y'all,
you
I
out
know
that
it's
kayak.
getting late, and I know Kim probably's got to go eat or cook. But Kim, can we see what you tied tonight? If I got a
We
screenshot.
don't.
Oh, okay.
He been working the whole time.
Yeah, he pours his own jig heads too.
Oh, really? Oh,
Uh-huh.
those are nice.
Oh, those are nice too.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a woven one,
Mm-hmm.
black and gray. Oh, and those are the ones I got. Oh, that's so sexy. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is a pile of leeches.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch more of them to do.
Ooh, wee.
But that's it.
They look good.
Yeah.
They look like they'll catch some fish.
They do.
Will.
I don't know. Put me an order in tonight.
They
I
will.
gotta go find my mama a smoke eliminator or something. This little thing I told her I was gonna buy her. So I'm gonna get on there on the internet tonight and spend some money. But I want to thank everybody. I apologize about this not being in Sister Gal's Fishing Adventure. I'm going to go take it, and so you guys can go back and watch it again. And Faye, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. And it was so nice meeting you when I did. And I really, truly happy that we did stick. Well, let's call and talk to each other and, blah, blah, blah. So I thank you because it is going to be so nice to have a woman angler in my area and get to meet other women. And I thank you for coming on here, and y'all go out and check her shirts out. She's an angler. She fish. She sells T-shirts. She's sells cars. You might not know, but might be in the DFW area. Might want to check her out on all those things, But I appreciate you, sis, and thank you, Kim, for coming on tonight, and everybody else. What's up, Abraham? You late? No, I know it's probably my fault. You probably couldn't find us. That's okay. But I do. Y'all check Faye out. I'm gonna post this into the Sister Gals group after I go try to find out where it's at and how I can download it and share it so that you guys can come on here. And I thank you, Faye. I really do. This is
I,
our
I
normal
appreciate it.
thing.
I appreciate the opportunity, and I would love to see us, have a sister girl party down here in Texas, and invite people out with boats and just go fishing, do some things, cook out, whatever, and I'll help you do that. But it's so
Yeah,
many people that fish, and they're looking for something like that. They're looking for some connection because everybody fish, independently. But just to connect with different people, like when I connected with the ladies that I fish with now, I was just so happy to have someone to fish with. And when I met you, I was so excited. I know she was like, this lady calling me. I'm like, hey, you want to go? You want to go do this? You want to go? Because I'm looking to go out and just enjoy fishing and to go out and I love the brothers, but like I said, the brothers have little different situations and like I say, I ain't finna violate nobody's situations,
yeah,
but I just and really once I meet, like you said, you have to meet their wives, and once I meet their wives and stuff, it's cool. I
yeah,
just want to fish,
yep,
I'm an angler. That's what we do.
yep. Yeah, but y'all, it's a blessing for y'all to be on here. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow we'll be on Kim Burnett's page, Crappie Stopper Jigs, tomorrow at 7 Central Standard Time. So tomorrow is his night, and hey, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Okay. Thanks a
Nice to
lot.
meet you.
Appreciate it. Nice to meet you, Kim. Nice to meet you. I'm gonna get something from you. I definitely am. Give me a minute when I get myself together.
Man, no rush. I
I'll
got
give you
plenty of
a few
orders.
to try out. I can share. I can share.
No, I'm just talking about when I get myself together where I can take time and put in an order. I got so much paper. You should see my office that I gotta do. I'm gonna get on there and get me some probably by this weekend. Thank you so much. Nice meeting you guys.
Dude.
Okay, y'all have a good night. Peace.
Peace.
All right.
Bye.